Chapatis aren't round like Mrs. Khanna's. Anushka Sharma has lost all her pregnancy weight. And she had her baby after mine. Constant comparisons can definitely batter our ego and our, self-esteem. It's not easy to be happy and positive about ourselves all the time when we have people around us saying, you're bad, you're not good, you can't do this, you can't do that, you should have been like this, right? But there are ways to deal with it, and that's what I'm talking about in today's video. I'm a counselor, a mother of 2 children, and I've had a lot of personal experience in accepting myself for who I am. This is video number 3 in the series on how to accept yourself and be happy with who you are. Video 1 and video 2 are put up right here. A very big thank you for all of you watching Kanika's Corner. We've crossed 500 subscribers and I'm so excited about it. Constant comparison can definitely batter our ego and our confidence in ourselves and our self-worth, because over time hearing that same thing and hearing multiple people say the same thing can make us feel, is that actually us? Working hard on our self-esteem and maintaining a good balanced equation of who we are, what we think of ourselves, is key to not feeling like a yo-yo every time we are compared to someone. Comparisons can start as young as now, from what's on your plate to what's on my plate. Like most of us, right? I have lived with comparisons all my life. As long as we are a part of society and we are surrounded by people, comparisons is a very natural form of just being together. Comparing yourself to someone else, others comparing you, comparing yourself to what you were before. These are all our constant companions. They're there with us throughout our life. And most importantly, as long as we are living in society and playing an active role in society, it is all a part and parcel of being human. This is a step that we underestimate the most often. This is a point that I reiterate to my counselees very often, and I have spoken about it before in my videos for a very good reason. I am making a lasagna which is made of many different layers, right? And what we tend to forget when others look at us is that they see only one layer. There is only one layer that we project, but we have all of these layers built in within us, right? The layer that we all tend to work the hardest at is the one that we project to the outside world, which is sometimes the most superficial, right? But we would have put in an immense amount of work to figure out who that person is, what we want with that particular identity, and for all you know, that may be just a superficial layer on top. There are times when we are insulted by the comparison made to us because we are focusing on that outermost layer, the most superficial layer, and not really showing who we are inside. Understanding that we are made of all of these different layers makes a very big difference in accepting all the comparisons that are made to us. When you are feeling bogged down by comparisons, the trick is to look deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself. When we are feeling overwhelmed by the comparisons being made to us, a good thing is to write down our strengths and weaknesses, and that helps us feel better about ourselves because we're looking at what we are and who we are. I very simply compare myself to what I was previously, and if there are things I don't like about it, well then I know what changes I have to make. And if I am happy with the difference from then to now, focus on that. If there is something that you like in another person, you compare yourself to that person and you like that part, then all you have to do is try and get that quality and try and say, hey, I want to be like that, right? So a positive side of comparison. Of course, we can't change things like how we look and, skin color, and sometimes our financial status, the family we are born in, all of that can't be changed. But comparison can show us that there are so many things that we can do, and if we like that particular quality, all we have to do is write down what we have to do to achieve it and achieve it. Simple. One of the things that I am practicing constantly is to look at what changes we can make within ourselves, what is within our control, and just focus on that. If we waste our energies on things that are outside our power, outside our control, we are just making ourselves miserable. If we don't like what is being said about us, or what we are hearing, right? All we have to do is learn how to shut it all out. This saying resonates in me so often, especially when I'm being bogged down by all the comparisons being made to me. Inferiority complexes can only come up if we give them permission to. And taking in all the comparisons being made to us, you are this, you are that, you're not like that, will make us feel worse and worse and worse. The mess of working with a wired mic. I've gotten so used to my handy little mic that this is taking a lot of use to. The bright side of comparisons is that it can motivate us to do better. It can help us push and say, okay, we want to do that. And also it can show us that something else is possible. We may not have dreamt that it can happen, but by looking at what someone else has done, we will know that, you know what, achievable. Let's try and reach that. One possible reason that comparisons can hurt us is because we think that the grass is greener on the other side. And it's not always true, right? There are times when we've reached that other side and felt like, oh my God, this is worse, or this was not as nice as I expected. And you know what? That side was far nicer. A cheetah is the fastest animal on land, right? But you can't tell a fish to go as fast as a cheetah. They are so different, completely different qualities. The same way, each person is extremely unique and therefore cannot be compared. So let's all start thinking twice before we compare ourselves to others, before we get affected by others' comparisons, right? And if we are getting affected, there are a host of different things that we can do to take care of ourselves, to keep ourselves steady and keep ourselves happy, basically. The main thing is to accept ourselves for what we are, and if we are not able to, what is the change that we have to make ourselves happier? Coming up next week, I'm going to be talking about comparisons, childhood, and the effect on children. So thank you for watching this particular series on accepting ourselves for who we are. Looking forward to putting up more videos on mental health and motherhood. Please subscribe.